This week on The Week Ahead, we look at where Republicans stand on the housing issue. Plus, hear from two members of Congress on the current administration's economic ideas. Welcome to The Week Ahead. I'm Frank McCaffrey. Some startling statistics are coming out about the growth in the economy during the Obama years. The growth in gross domestic product in 2011 was an anemic 1.7%. Food stamp use is up 45% since Obama took office. And we've learned that 49% of all Americans now receive government assistance of some sort. Now, the main problem that brought about the economic chaos of recent years was the housing market. And the Republican candidates running for president have their own stances on the issue. Here now is former House Speaker Newt Gingrich.
I do, in fact, favor breaking them both up. I've said each of them should devolve into probably 4 or 5 companies, and they should be weaned off of the government endorsements. Now here's Texas Congressman Ron Paul.
The question is, what are we going to do about Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac? It should have been auctioned off right after the crash came. It would have been cleansed by now. It should have been sold.
Senator Rick Santorum says he supports a phase-out of Fannie and Freddie within 5 years. And in a recent interview with the Washington Examiner newspaper, Mitt Romney said, quote, "I am not inclined to expand Fannie and Freddie further and further into the market, but how to prevent an absent mortgage market is something which is going to take some study and work, which I haven't done yet." For more on this, we're joined by ALG's Robert Romano. Robert, your thoughts?
Well, clearly each of them favors a phase-out of Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. However, Mitt Romney is the only one that has no timetable whatsoever, and he's saying he needs more time to study the issue of how to phase out Fannie and Freddie. Well, the housing bubble crashed in 2007 in August. The markets crashed in 2008. It's been 4 years now. This guy's been running for president for 6 years, and he hasn't figured out A, how to deal with Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, which were at the heart of the housing crisis, which crashed the economy, and what he would do with them going forward. Says he needs more time to study this. This is the same stuff we've been hearing from Obama for the past 3.5 years now. When are we going to figure out what we're going to do with Fannie and Freddie? That's over $5 trillion of mortgage liabilities that are out there, and it's already drawn $150 billion of bailouts from the Treasury. Mitt Romney needs to know what to do about Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, and he should be forced to answer that question on the campaign trail. Ron Paul says he would liquidate Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. Rick Santorum says he would phase them out in 5 years. Newt Gingrich would break the companies up. Each of these guys has been very specific, except for Mitt Romney. And that should give people a lot of pause when Mitt Romney's only line on Fannie and Freddie is that Newt Gingrich had a consulting gig at Freddie Mac. Well, big deal. What are you going to do about the $5 trillion elephant in the room, Mitt?
Thank you very much, Robert. Recently, Americans for Limited Government spoke with 2 members of the U.S. House of Representatives to get their take on Obama's economy.
When you borrow so much, these $1 trillion annual deficit, it sucks up money that private investment could use. It raises our carrying cost for servicing the debt, which becomes a bigger and bigger drag on the budget. And many people think it's going to lead to higher taxes in the future, so businesses have uncertainty and they put off investment.
That's Colorado Congressman Doug Lamborn on why President Barack Obama's policies of spending more have not grown our economy. Washington Representative Cathy McMorris Rodgers agrees.
We need to stop this crazy cycle of borrowing and spending and thinking that it can be solved with more borrowing and spending.
McMorris Rodgers says our spending is so out of control that we're spending on Europe. She's been working to stop European bailouts.
We've seen in America where we bailed out the big banks, we bailed out Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, we've bailed out GM and Chrysler, and now this administration, Secretary Geithner, has been wanting to get American taxpayer dollars involved in bailing out the European Union.
Congressman Lamborn thinks Obama needs a complete financial makeover.
For so many reasons, his policies are bad. You know, that starting with the failed stimulus, through health care that no one wanted to nationalize except him, it seems like, and on to today. And today he's running on the campaigning on the politics of envy and division. And he's not running on his record, he's running away from his record.
In his recent State of the Union address, which some have criticized as being a campaign speech, President Barack Obama said, quote, "The State of the Union is growing stronger." Some may disagree with that, and that's all the time we have for the week ahead. Please join us again next time. For more on these and other topics, visit netrightdaily.com.